we've designed a Youth Educator Handbook, and hopefully you have a copy of this already. If not, you can download a free copy from the Youth Educator page on the Biteback website. Along with the Youth Educator Handbook, we highly recommend that you work through the Biteback Mental Fitness Challenge yourselves to know what's covered and how the activities work. Within the Youth Educator Handbook, there are 3 suggested Mental Fitness Challenge delivery models for you to choose from. Delivery Model 1 is the least intensive and simply involves you as the youth educator introducing the Mental Fitness Challenge to your students and encouraging them to sign up and complete the challenge in their own time. This should only take a few minutes of class time. Delivery Model 2 is moderately intensive and involves you as the youth educator introducing and wrapping up each week of the challenge and encouraging your students to complete each week's activity in their own time. Each introduction and wrap-up will only take around 5 to 10 minutes of class time across 6 weeks. Delivery Model 3 is the most intensive format and will require a full lesson each week for 6 weeks. Students will also require access to computers or tablets and a copy of the freely downloadable Mental Fitness Challenge Student Workbook. This approach involves the students completing the relevant week's activity within the lesson and you, as the youth educator, introducing and wrapping up each week as you go. As mentioned, there is also a freely downloadable Mental Fitness Challenge Student Workbook available from the Youth Educator page on the Biteback website. This workbook can be printed and worked with as a hard copy or downloaded and completed electronically. Purely a supporting resource, it will support you in delivering the Mental Fitness Challenge as full lesson activities, but you can also use it in any other way you feel suits your situation. You can find the student workbook at biteback.org.au/youtheducators. We're now going to spend a few minutes looking at the simple structure within the Youth Educator Handbook that will make it easy for you to introduce and wrap up each week of the challenge should you be working with Delivery Model 2 or 3. On the screen, you can see the format of the Week 1 introduction and wrap-up. This same structure is applied across all weeks in the handbook, so understanding the layout here will give you a sense of the other weeks too. The introduction is obviously what you refer to for introducing the week's activity. Each week's introduction includes a link to a short 1 to 2 minute video overview of the topic, and we suggest you play it in the session. We'll watch each of these short clips later on in this video series. These same clips will be viewed by your students from within the Mental Fitness Challenge. Each week's introduction in the handbook is also supported by a couple of questions to promote discussion and 1 or 2 key points to get across. You'll note that there is a reference to the Learn section of the Biteback website. This is where you can go if you want to gain a greater depth of knowledge around that topic. Depending on the delivery model you are working with, from here you will either direct your students to go away and work through the relevant week prior to seeing them next, or you will direct them to work through the week's activity within the face-to-face session you are holding. There is also a conclusion in the Youth Educator Handbook to wrap up the week once completed. Each wrap-up includes 2 simple questions for generating discussion amongst the group. Those are, what did you find difficult about this part of the challenge? And what did you find enjoyable about this part of the challenge? Each week also includes 3 to 4 optional group questions and a link for watching a teaser clip for the following week's topic. Depending on your delivery model, you would either go on to deliver the introduction for the next week of the challenge so students can work on the activity prior to seeing you next, or you would end there and cover the introduction in your next session with the students. This structure is applied across the resource.